Hi, welcome to my Pokemon Journeys, episode 87, the Ice Queen and Glaceon review. Alright, I'm going to make this a quick one because I didn't care too much about this. We get an interesting setup with a girl moving to Kanto for school. She has a Glaceon. Of course, this is something Kaharu is interested in, and I think I like the fact that this chance to interact with an Eeveelution comes to her, rather than her seeking them out like the last two Kaharu and Eevee episodes. Go has brought Ash along to school for a presentation, which is definitely the best scene of the episode to me. It's cute to see Go's drawing of Ash and all sorts of Pokemon that have impacted them. I see that Nidoking and Mew Go. What a nice reference to episode 1, and Go's overall goal. They're basically a fun comedy act in front of the class, and that works well. It's basically about, well, Ash being Go's friend, which is a nice little presentation topic, I guess. So a new girl, Regina, arrives in the class, and she's not receptive to Kaharu's welcoming as she helps Regina to find the Pokemon garden. Both Regina and Glaceon seem to have a cool personality. We get a flashback of the day Regina's family decided to move, and they say they want Glaceon to be checked up on at the Sakuragi lab. Glaceon rushes in as the class approaches Regina and freezes them. Another flashback to her being bullied for being the Ice Queen. But the Kanto school is pretty receptive on first glance. At the lab, we found that Glaceon's power and tendency to freeze things is what made Regina be unable to make friends, and Sakuragi is going to examine it for the family. And so we have to separate Glaceon from Regina. But when Regina leaves, people talk behind her back. Glaceon faints in the teacher's office as Regina stops at freezing Kaharu, and we cut to the lab. It's nice to see Sakuragi actually doing research of his own. Doesn't really feel like we get too much of that. His deduction is that Glaceon, while it takes care of itself, its body temperature is too low since it exerts itself too much. So the problem is Glaceon is always on the edge to protect Regina from harm and bullies. Of course this gets explained to her parents, who understand that they shouldn't separate the pair, with Regina resolving to protect Glaceon as well. And this plays out by having a huge ice display being put on at the school to make it up to everyone for freezing them, with Ash and Go helping with their Pokemon to craft it, and of course Eevee joining in with Copycat. It's fine, but it just feels kind of formulaic in how they help the character with the day with the Eevee joining in with the Eeveelutions. We've only really had 2 other episodes, but it feels so tired already. As a result, Regina moves back to where she came from and sends a letter to the kids. She's taken up battling now, and her Glaceon is good too. As I said, I don't really care about this episode too much. It's fine, and speaking as someone who's had similar experiences to Regina, I think this should really resonate with me more than it did. This one feels like one of those fillery episodes you get in older series where a character of the day needs something resolved, and the main characters don't get too much out of it. It feels the same way here, and honestly it felt the same way with the last Eevee episode too. I didn't really feel like Kaharu grew too much out of it. It's not a bad episode, but it was kind of dull to me.